This is Arukh HaShulchan Yardeh, Siman Lamates, Sif Samach Ches to Ayin, the supplemental day 275 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. And we are talking about a sircha which comes out of a kemet. So the Arukh HaShulchan continues. Samach Ches. You call it kemet nishava mipnei sircha. This is all when the crease came out as a result of the sircha. When you remove the sircha, ksara kemet, the crease is disappears. I mean, honorary. But if you see the crease is not accounted in the sircha, such if you cut off the adhesion, the crease remains in place. Says that would seem to be a reason to be lenient. The zelka chemical sircha, that's like a chem without a sircha. The zelo shach lamar shema sof at least b'asher is not cave. In that case, it's not. You wouldn't say that eventually it's going to expand and it's going to get a hole. The answer is only where the cause of the kemet was the sircha. Not when they're not related to each other. They're just by coincidence. One is on top of the other. So in that case, don't need milch at all. Sharei asircha hu mina uba, as the sircha is like we said before, it's lower down. It's not tugging out. It's because it's lower down inside the kemet. The kemet is independent, and therefore it's not a problem. Evidently, something along those lines. There's also true a sircha shalok. Sircha is not an order of the lobes. And the sircha is removed successfully by using different words for milch, by crushing it, by manipulating it. As is the custom. But Kevin Ishar and the increase remains. The time say you couldn't permit on this basis. That'd be nice. He says it doesn't matter. Achronim forbid this. Down tetereusa. They say a kemet and a sircha is a tetereusa. It's a double whammy. It doesn't matter. That's people going for a short. The kind she kitluya. That was you could say the sircha which is indented, which is we say it's like a dang the sircha. And we said a dang the sircha is not a reisa. So too if it's inoba. I guess minoba also somehow adheres internally to the kemet. Otherwise, I'm not sure why the difference is just because it's lower down, but I guess it's somehow connected there. But before he said even Shiloka Sidron could be okay if it's Minoba, but here he's saying that at least where it's internal to that kemet, it should be okay. It's and so to those who say that if you can tell that it was the animal was born with the crease, but you don't need even to crush the sircha when it's internal, when it's lower down like that. Okay. Samach tes. A lung which has a hole in place, and a lung which has a hole in place where the unos are cut. Begava unos, the back of the unos, connected adofen, opposite the rib cage is kishero. They should umos heim and b'meitzar simply the unos, not the umos. They should unos heim and meitzar because the unos are in the narrow confines of the chest. Usmuchos me'od el adofen, they're very close to the rib cage. Okay, adofen so say maneket. So the wall closes up the hole. And there's a sircha adhesion from the una to the wall. On account of that adhesion, the wall can close up the hole. I mean, a nekem foolish, but if there is a hole which goes through and through, there's no adhesion at all. Treifa, it's treifa. It's adjacent to the wall. Become another sircha. If there's no adhesion, ain't a steamer. It's not a closure. And the wind will come out. So this is a case where a sircha is a kula. We need a sircha makes things better. Some say the it's not even if we have a generic sircha there that's not effective. Only the sircha is enmeshed and seized onto the wall b'doifen b'chayzek in strongly. B'zeh the Rosh Hashas is language of the Gemara and Daf Mem Chesem Rav. V'yesh nikva if you have a lung which is pierced, b'dofen sotamta, and the wall closes it. That's keshera. I don't think these pictures are going to do you much good, but I'll show you because they're very small. But there's a various different ways of being savich. You have savich for sarich over here. There's a sircha over there between the Rhea and the Dauphin. Okay, so the so again below again below sircha ain't the system of the orchiyotze. Yeshin something that gam stam sircha ain't more like sircha smuch the rest of the because klosh shas yeah red nish nikva v'tevin so the ksher put the savay bisa that what you just showed you that's it's adhering. I ain't sure. Look at my sirch says savich. So the language of savich is nechaz basfach bekarna, as we'll see in a moment. The lokamar the sarch bisa. It's not just sarich, which would be the lashon of sircha. V'achil ben savich l'sarich. The difference between savich and sarich is shasivuch hu b'chutim k'tzarim. Sivuch is with fine strands. Shebem tzisam tidbak arel l'doifen, with which the lung will cling to the wall. Language of the ram, which is enmeshed and tangled with its horns in the bush. And sarich is even where the strands are very fine, or even thick. But they're 2 tvachim long. They arcam. Since they're so long, they can't get enmeshed because of the length. Most of the poskim say that there's no difference between sarich and savich and savich. Chogam the kosher, evidently very hard to distinguish between savich and sarich. I try to tell the difference. But it says he didn't write anything about savich because of stam sircha. Just wrote sircha and sham and see the two short. Yes, some of those who want to say the gam sircha lo, but you don't even need a sircha. It's pretty chadash. Chalil lo markein chas v'shalom to say that. There isn't a single opinion which holds that way. And all Yishanim rejected. I made him before. It's not clear much because of the Torah. So I'm clear that opinion holds of that opinion, as the Torah wrote. I ain't sham. The pre chodesh that now the bracket says a pre chodesh rotali chazek Rav Sar Shalom going so again he wanted to support his opinion that Rav Sar Shalom was away of Torah Loki being Yofer Divya Rosh and Sham, but the Torah did not and I guess and that the Torah was not precise in his understanding of the Rosh. Vadocha Plesi, Dvar Mikol Vakol, the Plesi rejects his words altogether, but Torah Yofek even, and the Torah did understand the Rosh correctly, Ayin Sham. See there. Ayin. Stimazu Enemos Unos, this only is effective in the Unos, Loba Umos. Only upper lobes, not in the lower lobes. The Umos Munachim Bekirocha Vachosha Behema. The umas are a more expansive cavity of the animal, and distant from the wall. Therefore, sircha from the uma to the dove is not effective. When there's a hole in the uma, since it's more distant, the closure will break up. That's Rashi and the Gemara says that where this is a place where this is natural that way, in other words, where it's going to naturally close it up, in the place where the unos are to be found. By unos, it works even if the hole is above the chituchim, even if it's above the place where it's cut up. It's known that above, I guess, where the unos connect to the spine, where the lung is connects to the spinal column. The unos don't start separating over there. Pretty much the separation begun lower down. Therefore, only that which is opposite the unos up to the roof of the lung is called makom visa. Have a stima. Then if you have a hole and you have a circle which goes to the well opposite it, it's a stima. I'm not sure what he means by rock. Okay, rock unos gagrea. I'm not sure. I don't know. It seems to be saying the entire lung. Now, later on, he's going to differentiate, but not yet. That which Chazal say that again, I'm not sure. It's again. It says, "Hey, rock." I don't know why. I guess maybe say like this. You don't have to call it revisa when it's opposite the chiduchei unos. Opposite the gag would be pasha that it's good. Maybe. Yeshem nekav v'sir le'os dover shegnet avestima. No, it doesn't really work out that way. I'm not sure what he means. I'll read it again, but I don't know what he means. That's called makom revisa. There's a hole there, and a sircha goes up to the wall. That it's a stima. There also it's adjacent to the wall, like in the unos themselves. That's Chazal say in makom revisa is the chituch eduna. Makom shirovetzes etz adoven, place where it's the lung crouches by the unos crouch by the wall. That's the place where it's chiduch doni. Not necessarily a place where they separate. Seems that also above. Those who say the reaction is both the mal the unos only towards those above the place of the unos separate. Nechshav unos atzon say like the unos themselves. Not above that. That's the basic name of HaShulchan ben Chafni. Those who want to say the Rakim Makom Chituch Unos Atzom, only a place where the Unos themselves are in distinct from each other, which would be more towards the bottom of the animal. That's the name of the Yesh Omrim. For Lokam Lakem, we don't hold away a Kol Hashalim Shalamala out of Shedrosh Unos, anything above the lung. The top part of the lung up to the spine. Unos opposite unos dinak unos atzon. It's all like unos themselves. Chaim paschal tu v'shorach ayin sham and turn shorach paschal away. See there, and that's it for today.